transcending history and the world. A tale of souls and swords, eternally retold. SoulCalibur versus Mortal Kombat!
This is the dream, ladies and gentlemen. I know some of you are scratching your heads thinking why? Why do we need this? That is not the question you should be asking yourself. The question you need to be asking is why don't you need it? I mean, just stop and think. It's 2018. There are crossovers everywhere. Literally everything has crossed over in the last few years. So why stop the train? Let's keep it going. Are you telling me you don't want to see what happens when Scorpion picks up Soul Edge? Or when Nightmares get in the Kamidogu? I know I do. It's real simple for me, and for the people that watched my last video, which I've put in the description below, you will know that I prefer the 3D versions of Mortal Kombat. Most notably Deadly Alliance, Deception and Armageddon. Those are my favourite games in the series. I know that's unpopular with a lot of people, but that's just a personal thing. But Namco has put out some of the best 3D fighters, so I would opt to have the Mortal Kombat characters cross over into the SoulCalibur playing field. And again, that's just a personal thing because I think 3D fighters are better. I just don't think it will be as cool if the SoulCalibur characters cross over onto the Mortal Kombat playing field. It seems a bit limiting to me, so I would have it the other way. But obviously, feel free to disagree in the comments below and we can definitely talk about it, we can discuss. You gotta go with NetherRealm and let them develop this one. They've proven time and time again that when it comes to storytelling within the fighting game genre, they are the people to go to. Mortal Kombat and Injustice both have the most fleshed out story modes in the entire fighting game genre, especially Mortal Kombat. I know people started paying more attention when Mortal Kombat 9 came out on the PS3, but there's actually been attention to detail for years now, dating way back to the early Mortal Kombat games. Personally, I think they should look to Mortal Kombat Deception story mode and mesh that with the story mode and cutscenes from Mortal Kombat X. In Deception, you were free to explore the 6 realms. So you had Earthrealm, Outworld, the Netherrealm, Edenia, the Chaos Realm, and the Order Realm, which was also known as Sido, I believe. They should implement this kind of story mode again and expand on it with the SoulCalibur world as well. The story can go down so many avenues. You've got Soul Edge and SoulCalibur, you've got the Elder Gods and the Kamidogu, you've got people that can travel through time and to different realms. Now for those of you that don't know, the Kamidogu, which literally translates to God Tool or Divine Equipment, are mystic relics created by the Elder Gods, which are said to contain the essence of the realms. So when you use these things in sorcery, they are said to have incredible power that can make and unmake all of reality. So you can literally become a reality warper basically. The power of each Kamidogu can only be fully used by one individual, so if one were to make use of all the Kamidogu, this person has to fuse all 6 Kamidogu into one Kamidogu. Are you still following me? If it is wielded by the wrong person, the Kamidogu could actually endanger existence itself, so you can effectively end up wiping out everything ever. And then you've got the Soul Edge. Now I'm going to focus on the Soul Edge because, you know, Soul Edge is just way more cooler than the SoulCalibur sword. But the Soul Edge sword is basically the central antagonist of the Soul series. When it was originally forged, Soul Edge was just an ordinary sword, but after being bathed in blood and hatred countless times, the sword turned into a demonic weapon and gained a wicked soul, which the games called Inferno. Those who grasp its hilt are unable to escape its curse, as its spirit invades the mind like a parasite and drives its wielder insane. Its blade soaks in blood and in power, and it remains a polished red. Now if you don't think that's badass, I don't know what you're going to find badass. So I think those two weapons, or those two tools, should be the central point of the story. A roster in a fighting game crossover is always a lot of fun, and there's so many characters to choose from. Now if this is a 1v1 fighting game, then I think the base roster should start with at least 28 characters. I think that's a nice number for a fighting game in 2018. If it's a 2v2 fighting game, then 40 characters would be ideal in my opinion. Now you gotta have the mainstays, you gotta have the bosses, you gotta have the gods, you gotta have the monsters. The possibilities here are endless. The roster could be massive. It could also be a chance for SoulCalibur to adopt the multiple fighting styles that Mortal Kombat 10 made so popular. Although that might be unnecessary since the game will be based on the SoulCalibur playing style and Namco likes to pack its 3D thighs with tons of moves anyway.
Fatality.
Will the games have fatalities? If I'm being completely honest with you, I'm not too sure. I would miss them if they weren't in this game. I don't feel like it's completely necessary to have fatalities in a crossover like this. But I will not object to having Talim chopped up. If they don't put it in, I won't lose any sleep in it. Let me know what you think in the comment section below. Now for anyone thinking that this idea is too outlandish, I just want you to remember that Negan from AMC's The Walking Dead is now in Tekken. Yeah, Negan. Not in Mortal Kombat, in Tekken. Negan. Let that sink in. So guys, this is just something that I've wanted since I was a kid, and seeing how everything is crossing over these days and how all these companies are working together, I thought it could be a possibility, and that's why I made this video. So you may disagree with me, you may agree with me, it's completely up to you and that's completely fine. Leave your comments in the comment section below and we can discuss it. But for now, that's all I've got for you. I will be back with some more content very soon. Until then, peace.